One of the pillar of Iman is to believe in Allah's revealed books such as Torah and Gospel. How does this apply in our modern day when these sources are not readily available?
Yeah, this was in reference to Allah describing that the Bani Israel and the Prophets of Bani Israel were sent. So this is a validation for Muslims that they were sent. They were sent with risalat, with a message and messengers. So the Torah of Sayyidina Musa does not exist. And then Allah describes they took their Khacham, their Rabbi as lords. That means, and what they have now is a book of Thamud, and that's based on the teachings of their learned scholars, and they take that as an authority over the Torah of Sayyidina Musa. So that becomes the difficulty when you can't find the Torah of Sayyidina Musa on the earth. And the Injeel of Sayyidina Isa ibn Maryam means the spoken teachings of Sayyidina Isa ibn Maryam, which was completely changed by Saul, whom is named Paul, and was sent from Bani Israel to make these new people leave Judaism. They were fed up with them, they didn't want to be associated with them. So they were misguided by Saul, Paul. So that has no longer anything to do with Isa ibn Maryam, Sayyidina Isa ibn Maryam. And Paul became the entire new religion, their new prophet. All of the foundations of his teaching came the basis of their fiqh, then was adopted by the Romans, which was a great accomplishment for them because they wanted to separate them from Bani Israel. When the Romans took it, then it became an imperial authority and their new religion. So the way of Paul and Christendom is not from Sayyidina Isa ibn Maryam, which we said before, is that what's accepted in Qur'an of Sayyidina Isa ibn Maryam is that he is a Jewish rabbi who followed the Torah and brought Injeel, brought more of the laws to further define their halal and haram. What Saul sent was to completely separate them, so they stopped circumcision because they wanted to say, no, these are not with our tribe, these are a different tribe. So right away you could look and see this person is not circumcised. And the concept of circumcision was that you can't fool that you're with the people. You can't be a 40-year-old person and say, I'm with them, and immediately they investigate, say, you're not. So this was a safeguard in the religion and many other reasons for it, medical and what have you. But as far as trying to infiltrate a people, and you have clear evidence that you're not from that fiqh. So when they deviated, they said, we don't have to do that anymore. According to who? Not according to Sayyidina Isa ibn Maryam, which again was law of the Torah. So they broke the law. Then the food that was haram, Paul made halal. The laws of what they're allowed to do, wash, eat, everything that they had of laws, Paul changed those according to the imperial way of Rome. And Rome were known for their idolatry, they worshipped their leaders, their Caesars were all gods to them. So when they said, okay, if we want to follow this person that you're saying, we have to make him a god, which was hundreds of years later. And the people of Sayyidina Isa ibn Maryam said never had heard such a thing, nor would they have accepted any man to be God, because it's the people of oneness. So these were all of the programs. So where Paul died is what they call St. Paul's Cathedral, which is in not Jerusalem, because the Qibla for Bani Israel is Jerusalem. So what happened in Rome? Because that was the imperial religion of Rome that they adopted, and they built the entire Vatican over the station of Paul. Its entire foundation is based on the false prophet. So Islam comes as a book of truth to remind people there was a prophet named Sayyidina Isa ibn Maryam, the same one. This, oh Mary, 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 yes, this prophet Allah validates is Isa, the son of Maryam, but his story is much different. And he warned that after me will come a false prophet. Then they come on TV and say, is that the Mahdi, is this… Come on, you don't have half of a brain? The false prophet took it from Jerusalem and went to Rome, and you built an entire imperial religion based on that falsehood, and none of its laws are from Bani Israel. Who made those laws? And that's when Islam came and Prophet said, don't you dare innovate. After me you don't take halal and make haram, and take haram and make it halal, and don't innovate in your religion. Means everything that Paul had done that was going astray. So when Allah defines them, says, those who went astray, and the other ones making Allah angry. So the middle nation that keeps the way of the heavens, and their book is the book of truth, to say, oh remember when Allah said this, and tells the other one, remember when Allah is saying this, come back. So the Isa ibn Maryam, nothing of that religion is on this earth, not his book, not his teachings and not his way, inshaAllah. I think it's Saul of Tarsus, so people can chat GTP and understand.